Beauty is something that is considered subjective from person to person. And while there are certain drastic yet standard measures that people go through in order to be closer to their perception of beauty, what we are about to cover today in this video will go further and beyond any of them. It is true that beauty standards change over time, since there was even a time period where wearing big wigs was considered to be an attractive trait. However, with the huge diversity of communities that we have around the world, the opinions of each and every one of them is going to be just as diverse. In today's video, we will be covering 12 cases of exactly how much beauty differs around the world. From chiseled teeth to elongated necks, get ready for an informative fever dream of a video. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to our channel. Make sure to like the video and subscribe in order to support our channel. You can ensure that you will not be missing any of our uploads by clicking on the bell icon and turning on YouTube notifications on your mobile device. Make sure you do not miss out. Without further ado, let us dive right into the list. Number 12. Lip plates, Ethiopia. Having a large circular disc inserted into your lower lip isn't exactly a sight you get to see every day, so it's understandable that the concept might freak you out. However, this is a preferred choice by the women of the Mercy and Surma tribe in Ethiopia. Some consider this as a method to identify tribal women, as the large discs that hang from their lower lip is pretty conspicuous. However, getting the disc in isn't an easy task. Every woman that belongs to these tribes end up having their lower lip pierced before marriage. The process includes an incision made by the lower lip, as it is pierced by a piece of wood. As it heals, the size of the peg put in the middle increases as the lower lip is stretched out further and further until the present look is achieved. It is said that the lower lip plates are a source of pride for the Surma and Mersey women. However, that is not the end of their strange beauty standards, as they will decorate their heads with horns along with different facial decor that their tribe considers to be beautiful. Number 11. Yaiba. The dentist industry is valued at over $128 billion, and rightfully so, since many would pay a fortune for cosmetic dentistry or braces in order to fix their smile. However, this particular case that we're covering from all the way in Japan sings a different tune. You see, the Japanese have believed in the concept of Yaiba, or uneven teeth as it is said in English. This is due to the fact that men find women with Yaiba more approachable than someone who is too overly perfect. In Japan, cases of Yaiba, or more specifically, a protruding extra canine tooth, is considered beautiful or even cute. The effect is amplified when it is combined with a mole on the upper cheek. As the Japanese appreciate natural beauty, what some may consider to be a defect will be a source of beauty for the Japanese. However, there is irony behind the use of surgical technology to create imperfections, as it undermines the natural of natural beauty. Number 10. Apatani, Arunachal Pradesh, India. Body modifications are something that is relatively normal in our current world, even though the process is as painful as ever. However, all the conventional body modification traits go out the window when it comes to the women of the Apatani tribe that hails from Zero Valley, that is situated in Arunachal Pradesh, India. The body modifications that the Apatani tribe take part in goes further and further beyond what is considered body modifications of modern-day society. After all, it'll be a shocking sight for anybody to suddenly come across a woman with two large plugs stuck in her nose. However, it is considered the height of beauty within the men and women of the Apatani tribe. It is even believed that this is what makes Apatani women so desirable within the minds of the neighboring tribes as well. After all, there have been accounts of men from other tribes kidnapping Apatani women due to their legendary beauty. Apatani women used to sport tattoos too, named TP by the tribe members. It was a line from the forehead to the tip of the nose. It is said that every tribal woman should bear up and get themselves inked when they reach the age of 10. However, this practice was later banned by a tribal youth organization in 1972. Number 9. Nose jobs, Iran. As the country with the highest number of accounted nose surgeries in the world, it is no surprise that Iran made our list. It is a belief amongst Iranian women that a perfect nose increases their beauty. After all, their face is the most defining trait that they have on display on a daily basis, making this a very understandable belief. The cost never stays consistent, as there are times when nose surgery costs jump up to $25,000. However, it is not just women that prefer the perfect nose in their life, as men show an avid interest in obtaining it as well. Most men consider it a symbol of power and social status to have the perfect nose. It is not an uncommon sight to see many men and women with a bandage across their nose out in the public within Iran. As an indication that they have just recently undergone surgery, it has an increasing effect on their social standing. Number 8. Ajiste Red Paste, Himba, Namibia. Centuries ago, what defined a woman to be beautiful was the fairness of their skin. Nowadays, we are more accepting and open when it comes to what is beauty, both black and white. However, did you know that there was a time when red was beautiful too? Within the tribal region of Africa, you may come across the Himba people of Namibia. The most peculiar belief that they have is that neither black or white are colors of beauty. However, they consider the color red to be exotic and beautiful. Since the ages of old, the people of Himba, Namibia had been making a strange paste named Ajiste. They smear said paste on their bodies and hair, which also acts as a cleansing agent for them to be protected against the sun. This said paste requires special knowledge to prepare, as they consider it symbolic of blood and the earth. Women wearing said paste are considered idols of beauty by their tribe. Number 7. Neck rings, Myanmar. Now we're getting into bizarre territory. If you had a choice, would you elongate your neck and look like a giraffe? The answer is already straightforward for some people in Myanmar and tribes in Thailand, as they consider neck rings to be what makes women beautiful. Traditional neck rings weigh somewhere around 11 pounds, as they are placed on women even at the early age of 2. The rings keep increasing until they reach adulthood. By then, her neck would have stretched to be really long, or at least gain the appearance of being so. Even if the tribes consider it to be beautiful, it comes with its own set of life-concerning risks, as once placed for a long time, it must be worn permanently. After getting used to the tight interior, removing the rings will cause the weakened neck muscles to collapse, resulting in suffocation and death. Number 6. Teeth chiseling. Imagine having to get your teeth grinded without the use of anesthetics. Imagine how painful that'd be. Certain tribes in Ethiopia tend to take part in this particular activity. The goal of chiseling your teeth in these tribes is to get your teeth to look as sharp as an animal's canines. They consider teeth of that caliber to be a beautiful and endearing sign of a woman. However, there are some cultures in Bali where it is a requirement for young children to get their canines filed down, as they believed that it represented anger and jealousy. Among the Mentawai people in Indonesia, the chiseling of teeth isn't a simple cosmetic procedure, as it is considered highly spiritual. Usually, the wife of the soon-to-be chief gets to have her teeth sharpened as a sign of great beauty. As mystifying as these procedures seem, they tend to be relatively painful due to the use of crude instruments and no anesthetic. Number 5. Fat farms, Mauritania. We live in a world where men and women alike wish for a lean body that could grace a fashion magazine. Women in particular are obsessed with hourglass figures and losing fat. However, the opposite is what is happening in Mauritania. In this country, people send their children to fat farms to gain weight. In this particular part of the world, having a healthy, lean-looking body meant that you won't be finding a partner in life. In Mauritania, curvy women with fat on them are considered the pinnacle of beauty. The young girls that usually get sent to these fat farms are forced to eat 16,000 calories a day in order to increase their chances of getting married. Number 4. Scarification, Dinka, Sudan. A warning to our viewers, this is something you should definitely not try yourself. Some tribes take the procedure of scarification so far to the point that the pain of torture would seem like a mercy. The practice of creating tribal patterns using a knife or a precise blade is considered a symbolic practice by most tribes in Africa. However, the nomadic Dinka tribe of Sudan makes it compulsory for teenage boys and girls to undergo this terrifying process, which can be terrifying. It's considered a coming-of-age ritual, and to make matters worse, the children are not allowed to cry, and crying at any point of the ritual is considered an act of shame that they will be shunned for. There are also other tribes in Sudan where scarification happens as they live. More marks get added as they progress through life, increasing their beauty according to their perception. Number 3. Moko Kawe, or chin tattooing, Maori, New Zealand. If you get the chance to have yourself inked, would you ever consider getting a tribal pattern inked across your face, or maybe a symbolic motif on your skin? The women of the Maori consider chin tattoos to be a great sign of beauty. The beauty is considered to be higher as the complexity of the tattoos grow. Just like many of the practices on this list, the chin tattooing is considered to be spiritual by the Maori women as well. The procedure is called Moko Kawe, or, as it is called in English, sacred female tattooing. It is said that the tattoo represents their true self. Within the Maori people, getting inked is a tradition. However, their usage of natural tools and dyes will ensure it to be a rather painful experience. Number 2. Elongated earlobes, Maasai, Kenya. If you thought the Ethiopian tribes that did lip plates was bizarre, wait until you hear about this entry of the list. For almost centuries, the Maasai tribe of Kenya had been elongating their earlobes to insert plates into them. When the plates are not worn, the ears take the shape of weird long pieces of flesh that hangs from the side of their heads. They consider the beautification process to go further with age, as it is expected that the older they are, the longer their earlobes have to be. The women of the tribe take this to extreme levels, as they will find whatever they can to stretch their earlobes as long as possible. Pain isn't a factor they worry about, since it's all for the sake of beauty in their eyes. Number 1. Open cheek dimples, Thailand. Piercing your cheek may sound like the strangest thing one could do for beauty, but not for certain women from Thailand. After all, this entire list consisted of some people around the world considering the strange to be beautiful. Open cheek dimples were once practiced to the extreme in Thailand. However, later on, it became a phenomenon that took the world by storm, as there are even several people from the West that took part in this practice. It is considered a trend that chases away evil spirits in Thailand, as they hold piercing festivals. It is necessary to say that this is performed with a high degree of passion and dedication, purely due to the pain that they have to go through. With that, we have reached the end of this video. Did you like our list? Which one of these beauty standards did you find fascinating? If you want us to make more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to stay updated for every single one of our video uploads, press the bell notification icon and turn on YouTube notifications on your mobile phone. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.